Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Wednesday, December 11th, 2013. And baby, it's cold outside in central Ohio, the coldest day of the year so far, or at least of this season. I don't know about if it's last year inclusive or not. Quite possibly it was colder then. I find that generally, as a rule, you get these really bitterly cold days in December here rather than, I grew up in, I grew up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and my recollection is that it would be really cold in January there. But here in central Ohio, it just seems like as though it's this December thing. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I digress definitely. So for announcements today, there are just a couple of gold stars, which aren't as big of a deal as red stars. And that's about it from that perspective. Okay, so I see that this thing here pops up at like 6 o'clock, because all of a sudden, it's 6:02 right now, so all of a sudden, right at 6 o'clock, this thing opened up, and it's giving a countdown to the markets, and it's giving us a shot at what the futures look like right now in the U.S. So over in Asia, overnight, they had a bad day. This is a bad day. Not so much for the Nikkei, but everybody else are like, wow, like over 1%. Those are kind of big moves for indexes, or for exchanges index. So, big deal there. Over in Europe, however, slightly bullish to moderately bullish. 0.5% is moderate, typical type of a move for a continuation type of a move. So that's interesting. And here we have in the U.S., they reached a budget deal for 2 years. I didn't get a chance to read it yet. But it hasn't been approved yet, and I think that there's some consternation within each party, I would imagine. Nobody can ever agree on everything. I mean, everybody can't agree on anything. Let's put it that way. Okay, so here's an interesting article. I just chuckled when I saw this. Money moves to make if you're forced to retire. Poor Steve Ballmer was forced to retire, so my goodness, is he going to have enough money for retirement? Well, for his lifestyle, who the heck knows, and quite frankly, who cares? It's funny. I found it to be kind of funny. All right, so looking at our futures live here on the Thinkorswim platform, or TOS as many people like to refer to it, we are seeing moderately, very moderately, this is flat, really, to tell you the truth, but slightly negative. Interesting, since we have reached a budget deal. And gold is down a tad this morning, and oil is just up a tad. And that's what we're looking at for the futures. As far as the account is concerned, of course, we have not really entered into anything for this week's expiration at this point. This is my little speculation down here on this, regular margin account here. And NAVB, of course, is a drug company, and they have a product called Limposeek, and it just got fast-tracked yesterday, so had a big pop on them. Pretty happy about that. But I have to hang on to this for long-term capital gains, so this one is one I have to report on my taxes, so I'm going to just ignore that for right now. Gold. GLD here, talked about the roll a little bit yesterday. Haven't done anything about that. this particular, we're sitting at still, I think it was a penny and a half yesterday. It's 2.5 today. Since we collected 35. Oh, excuse me, I had to yawn. Collected 35 when we sold that back here on the 14th of November. And there just is not a play right now. So we're just going to sit tight on that one. And then we had a simulated trade on Netflix based on the new strategy. Well, not a new strategy, but modification to the credit spread strategy, which, by the way, I will be documenting that in much greater detail than I did the last time. I think the last time I just posted it in my comments on the video. Now that I got the download section of, I figured out how to use the download section. It was working, I just figured out how to use it on my blog. So I'll post that document there when it's ready, hopefully this week, but I'm not going to promise anything at this point. So anyway, we collected $2 for this. This was around a 50 delta trade, or a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, close to anyway. $2 at $2 collected, $3 at risk, and it's up right now, so that could be a good trade. All right, I'm ready to just jump right into. I'll just bring the charts up here. Just jump right into the A+ list right now, and we'll do it the simple way. We'll put the chart right here next to us. And we'll work from there. Alright, so here's this trade. This is where our short is at. It's a simulated trade, so I have it in yellow. Alright, we'll start out with Apple. Get right to it. Apple, we were looking for a hookup, and we did not get it. We will wait one more day. We got a hookup here in the stochastic, but we didn't get confirmation here on the MACD, and as a matter of fact, looks kind of like we're running out of gas here. We're still coming down here, though. Actually, no, I was looking at the wrong line. I was looking at what happened here. This isn't right. Hang on. I know what it is. I got the wrong style here. I need dark version 2. That's what I need. There it is. There, now we got it. Now we got it. Okay, folks, let's get with the program here. Okay, we got our, we were looking for a hook yesterday. We got it, but we're still red down here, so we would not enter this. Whew, man, I'm glad I got that straightened out. Alright, we have a solid, we're in an uptrend, solid red down here. We got confirmation here. We could have entered this trade at this time. We're still moving up on a stochastic. This would have been the spot to enter the trade. I think I'm going to mark that for future reference, so that we can watch this one so I don't forget it. There it is, right there. Okay. Even though we got we ended up red on the MACD, we're still green on the stochastic. So we would have entered here. We would be probably maybe flat right about now, depending on where on this bar we would have entered. Alright, we'll move to Baidu. And no entry here. We didn't get a move down. I may get rid of these two lines here. I can show you how to do that. I think I will get rid of them. this midline 1, no plot, no title. Midline 2, no plot, no title. Boom. And now we're ready to rock and roll. That makes it a little bit clearer, doesn't it? Okay, let's jump over to Celgene. Slight uptrend, no entry. Waiting for that one to simmer a little bit. Chipotle. Okay, Chipotle. Can't see the moving average here. Okay, we are in an uptrend, as I thought we would be. You know, like I zoom out a tad here. There we go. Okay, very flat looking. This sort of a rounded top here. Not looking real exciting. We probably would have got burnt on this trade. How about this one back here? No, of course we would not have been burnt on that one. But this one right here where we have the red down and then a hook up, we might have entered. And we would have been happy that day, and then this day we would have had to get out because we got 2 red downs. FedEx may be setting up, possibly. Looking a lot of toppy looking things here. Green Mountain, waiting for a setup. We're in a downtrend, so this one we would be looking for a solid green up and then a hook down. But it's broken through the 50, and I think we're going to get this 50 is going to probably turn green in a day or so. The stock continues to hold above the 50. And Google is just like on a tear. And this trade here would have worked out well if you would have got in on this day. The next day we could not have gotten in, and then on this day it would have been too late. Because once we go above the 80 here, we're expecting it to hook back down, except for rare occurrences where it holds above the 80. Alright, LinkedIn. Oh, yeah, MasterCard, I heard they're going to split. 2 for 1 or 1 for 2 or however you want to call it. Okay, we're in a downtrend here, and we got a hook down on the stochastic, but we're still green here. So we have to wait one more day on LinkedIn. MasterCard, yeah, for every 1 share you're going to get 2. I think it's going that way. And they're reducing their dividend, I guess. I didn't know yeah, I guess they do have a dividend. Okay. But anyway, they are in an uptrend. It looks like it might be setting up for an entry. Netflix, I already covered that. We're in that. Nike, I'm going to try to remember to look for some more high-priced stocks today. Nike, we have earnings coming up, and this will be in, they'll be in the week that we'd be looking at an expiration for a trade, so we're probably going to take a pass on that. We'll just make a note of that here so I don't miss it. So anyway, we would take a pass on that, but it could be coming down here. Alright, so nothing there. We had a hook up on this day. It's still red on the MACD, so we would take a pass. So it would give us 2 days to get in this, and if we can't get in 2 days, we'll take a pass. There's plenty of other opportunities out there, so we're not going to worry about it. Alright, we didn't quite come down here to the, not even close to the 20 on the stochastic, so we're not interested in this particular play here. Nothing setting up at this time. Kaihu, Kihu, Quahu, whatever, might be a nice iron condor play. Tesla. Let me get rid of some of these drawings. I don't know how many drawings there are here. Come on. All right. Downtrend. Green didn't come down here and give us an entry. Yeah, so it's actually, this strategy is kind of keeping you out of bad trades here, because here's one. Okay, we're in a downtrend. We have a solid green up, and then we get a red down on this day, and we're red down on MACD. So the next day we would be looking for price to move lower to get in, and there we go. It keeps you out. So the wait time is a good thing. Alright, Visa. Visa, we're in an uptrend. We almost have a solid red down. We just had one bad day here. Here was a solid red down. We're in an uptrend. Okay, and then we get confirmation. We could have gotten in on that day or the next day, and it would have worked out just fine. Get in on this day for an expiration this week, and that would have worked out well. Walgreens, I think Walgreens, I might have to take them off my list. They're just way too low down there. So is XLV. I'll be looking for some higher price stuff. This one's borderline. Green Mountain's borderline. So that's probably what I might be doing here. Okay, so we're in an uptrend. We have a solid red down. We get a hook on this day, but we're red on the MACD. We could have gotten in on this day, and we would have got fried. This one would have been a loser, because we would have waited a whole other day. So I think that it's important to watch which direction this MACD is going. I think that that's going to be a factor in the strategy. If it's below zero and not making a move above it, and we got magenta on the average, that may be a factor. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we look these over. XLV, right, in an uptrend. This is not an uninterrupted move from 80 to 20. It did have an interruption here, but we would not have gotten in. So it keeps you out of a bad trade. That's a good thing. Okay, that's it for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.